What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, before I go to this video, I want to give a shout out to Ticket TV. He did a video talking about this topic earlier today. If you're not subscribed to Ticket TV, please subscribe to Ticket TV. Um, there was a New York Times article out earlier. Um, they talked about it on Undisputed, where supposedly Kawhi Leonard's teammates, while they respect him, they don't necessarily love him. And Shannon Sharp was, of course, using that as a tool, a weapon against Kawhi Leonard, saying, he's using these different analogies, like if you're in a classroom and the teacher is giving a student preferential treatment, it would be natural for the other classmates to have resentment and build resentment toward that student. He used the workplace analogy. If the boss is giving preferential treatment to a coworker, you're going to build resentment not toward the boss, but toward the coworker for receiving that treatment. But this is my thing. This is what I would have said to Shannon if I was debating him. Well, if you're talking about the classroom and the work setting, let's let the classroom setting for a while. I guess that's true. But then you have to go a little deeper and say, well, why is the teacher giving this student preferential treatment? Because if you look at it in this particular situation, is it because A, this student performs academically at a level higher than everybody else in the entire classroom, and then maybe this student is so gifted. In fact, he's not just the most gifted person in the classroom, he's possibly the most gifted person in the entire school, maybe even the school district. Well, I'm just going to say school. To the point where maybe he's recognized by, you know, uh, universities, uh, the administration officials in school, and he's part of, history bowls and tournaments when it comes to, knowing shit. I don't know. Like, let's just say in some way he's a valuable asset to the school. Of course he's going to get preferential treatment. Same thing in the workplace. If the guy that you're so jealous of just performs better at his job and is more efficient and more prolific in his work duties and is the best worker there, not only in that workforce, but in the whole fucking district, of course he's going to get preferential treatment over your ordinary ass. That's just the reality of it. Look, am I a fan of load management? As a fan, no. But I understand why he's doing it, to prolong his NBA career. I'm pretty sure that if this was a viable option, for guys like, in hindsight, if they could, go back and do their careers over again, knowing what happened when they went it the other way, if this was an option, load management, this was an option for guys like Bill Walton, Penny Hardaway, Grant Hill, Brandon Roy, maybe even Greg Oden, if they could have prolonged their careers, I'm pretty sure all of them would have said an emphatic yes. Okay? He has patella tendonitis, a diseased tendon in his knee. That was the same problem which ended the career of Mark McGwire. He's trying to prolong his career. For a couple of years, okay? It's not like, and then they act like he's missing, yeah, he misses some games, man, but he's still playing in 60 games, Okay, that's not like he's missing the whole fucking season or half the season. He's playing in 60 games. Okay, I wish it was more like 70, but it is what it is. He had a flare up earlier this year. I think he had, uh, he was having some issues with his knee this summer, and he had some issues with his knees earlier this year. That caused him miss a couple more games than they would have liked. Okay, but despite all of that, the Clippers are still third in the Western Conference. And this thing about teammates loving the leader, that's overrated. Okay, Kobe Bryant's teammates didn't love Kobe. He didn't have that type of bubbly personality that everybody loved him, but they respected him. Okay, and that led to, I think, success. Right? They won 5 NBA championships in his 20-year career. Michael Jordan, his teammates didn't like him. Some of them hated him, but that led to 6 NBA championships. Right? A lot of teammates, most of Bill Russell's teammates did not like him. They thought Bill Russell was mean and surly, not knowing some of the stuff he was going through personally. But they thought he was a mean guy. Okay? But they won 11 championships in the 13 years he was there. Now, Barry Bonds didn't win any championships, but his teammates thought Barry Bonds was hard to get along with. He got preferential treatment, but he got it because he was the best player in baseball. That's just the reality, man. The best players are going to get preferential treatment. They're going to get the bigger contracts. They're going to get the media endorsements. They're going to get the shine. And let's talk about this, Shannon. Since you want to bring up preferential treatment, there's a particular player that plays in LA that gets all of the credit when the team wins, but when his team loses, it's everybody else's fault except for his. Do I have to name a name, motherfucker? But in closing, look, Kawhi's personality is the antithesis of most superstars. He's quiet. He keeps things to himself. He's not an electric person, like as far as his personality is concerned. He seems to be more focused on basketball. He doesn't have a social media. He's not like a LeBron or Joel Embiid or some of these other people who are always on social media. Although Joel Embiid hasn't been as much on social media, I think, this year. But he's just not that type of personality. And when you're a quiet, aloof person, you stay to yourself. Sometimes that can be misinterpreted as you being a snob, you being snobbish, and that's not the case. Um, Kawhi just seems to me like the type of guy that just stays to himself, you know. But the thing about his teammates, your teammates don't have to love you, man. All right, that's just bullshit. Kobe and Shaq didn't love each other. You know what I'm saying? You didn't love each other. Ray Allen didn't love Rajon Rondo and some of his other teammates. To even go outside the sports world, um, I talked about this. I talked about some other, this before. I think I did on this channel. Uh, I Love Lucy. The actors William Frawley and Vivian Vance, right? That they played Fred and Ethel Mertz. They hated each other. They hated each other. Guts. But you didn't see that through the performances because they were professionals. Jackie Gleason, when he had the Jackie Gleason show on The Honeymooners, a lot of his writing staff, a lot of his co-stars found him hard to get along with. He wanted things his way. He could be insufferable. He could be an asshole on the set. But at the end of the day, they all thought it was a pleasure working with him because he was a consummate professional. And it was one of the greatest shows of all time. All right? Um, I just found this out. Martin Lawrence and Garrett Morris didn't particularly get along with each other when they did the Martin show. Martin didn't get along necessarily with Carl Payne, but you didn't see it through the performance. These things are overblown, man. It's not kumbaya. It's part of this fucking. To me, this is another example of the modern sensitive. Oh, we gotta love each other. We gotta get along with each other. Can't we just be friends? We're professionals. We're co-workers. These guys are co-workers. They gotta get along with each other, but they don't have to love each other. Okay. So anyway, that's my take on it. Tell me what you guys. And P.S. I had to block an idiot, right, that called me a racist because I brought up Gordon Hayward and Dirk Nowitzki. Now look, granted, Gordon Hayward is playing better this year, okay, but he's still not playing, to me, up to the level of a superstar. He's playing up to a level of maybe like close to Chris Middleton. But if we gonna criticize Chris Middleton for having a max contract, I'm gonna fucking criticize Gordon Hayward, motherfucker. And I brought up Dirk Nowitzki because nobody sat there and said Dirk Nowitzki was overpaid, okay, his last year when he kind of sucked, okay? But if you want to say Kobe Bryant was overpaid, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk about race on my channel because it's warranted. Because white athletes do get a fucking pass when it comes to the mainstream media, and if you don't fucking see it, fuck you. Get off my channel. Bye. Go somewhere else. I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say on my channel.